compare to coaching the San Jose Gold Diggers?
Oh, wow. Bringing up a San Jose Gold Diggers from 1987. It is kind of similar. It's a lot of college players, a lot of professional players, a lot of really good players that want to come and have a dream. And these players have a dream, and I'm part of helping them have a dream. And it's just amazing. At this time of their life, they get an opportunity to play here in the United States. And I think they are all so appreciative about it, that they're not going overseas to France or to Turkey or to Italy or to Germany and living away from their families. They're living in Omaha, Nebraska with a bunch of supportive people, and I just think they love it here, and I think it's awesome.
You guys go through a run through of activities last night, and then you have the practice today on the floor. Does it make it seem a little more real? I mean, since mini camps and practicing the college same days, now does it make it seem a little more real now?
Oh, it was awesome. And last night what we had is they played the music and they got the scoreboard going, and we started to feel the excitement of being in our arena. We actually played a match, like one team against another, and we got introduced pregame, and the announcer's voice was here, and we kind of did a run through so that we feel comfortable in the arena when it's showtime. And when we play Atlanta, I don't know how many thousand people are going to be here. I hope we fill it, but there's going to be a huge crowd, and we need to get comfortable in the CHI Center. And some teams in our league, the first time they see their arena is going to be when they walk in and play their first match, and we're going to see their match environment the same time they do. But here we want to get used to it this way. We're so appreciative to CHI for letting us come in and letting us see the floor, play volleyball, get used to the surroundings. And some of the other arenas in the league may not provide that opportunity to their teams, but we have it, and our teams are. Our players are just so appreciative of being in this arena, and then all the support that's here. I just want you to know our players just are so appreciative of everybody here that's behind them, and we're looking forward to playing some really good volleyball because of that.
How would you define like a successful season as you move forward? Like, what would be a good successful year one for this team and this league?
How about we win the championship, we win $1 million, and all of our players are famous, and I'm famous, and the team's famous, and we're global, and people are watching us internationally, from all over the world. Yeah, big dreams, right? I mean, believe in some big dreams. Every team in the league right now thinks that they're going to be the one standing at the end. And we don't have the only rights to that. People go, oh, Omaha's got a lot of good players. Well, I can tell you each team in the league has a lot of good players, former national team players, former All-Americans, and they're building right now. They're talking about winning the championship. They're talking about winning $1 million, but so are we. So here's the deal. Every night, it's going to be 26-24, 25-23, 25-22, with a couple of points, a couple of referee calls are going to make the winner and the loser, and everybody is going to be playing for keeps every single night. And these players all know each other. Every player in this league knows every other player in the league. They know their strengths, their weaknesses, their tendencies, and when these players play against each other, it's going to be battles. And some team is going to win by 2 points, and it could be unexpected circumstances that lead to those 2 points. But there's going to be nobody sweeping this league and just running through it. The team winning this league is going to have to survive a gauntlet of really good players each night. So we're trying to get ready for that. And it's a balance, because we can't overtrain our team. We have to treat them with the right amount of workload, but also they got to stay fresh for every match. And we have some veterans that are a little older, so we got to make sure we don't overwork them. We got some young guns right out of college. We can work them all day. They're fine. So we're trying to do a good job of preparing in just the right way.
As a coach, do you feel like this is going to be your best coaching job because the league is so competitive?
I just think it's the most amazing opportunity I've ever had to be part of the ground floor of this special league with our special ownership group here, the people that have put this all together and provided this experience, the leadership of the league that's created this league. For all of our players, we have some older players that this is going to be the most special thing they've ever done other than winning an Olympic medal. This will be next up. And we've got some younger players who just got named All-American, and then they're looking at this going, how amazing is this to have this new opportunity? So I just think there's a lot of buy-in from a lot of people on how cool this is. I think months ago there was skepticism about the league. Is this league going to happen? Is it going to be good? Are good players going to play in it? And I think right now there's nothing but optimism with the league and the players and the fans. So I think we've answered the skepticism with a lot of proven product of good players. And I think everybody's excited to play this first match. The first match here is going to be absolutely incredible. I mean, I don't know how many thousands we're getting in here, but we're going to have a huge crowd, and it's going to be, we have people flying in from all over the country. Some of those prominent people in the country in volleyball are coming for this first night to see what this league looks like and what our team looks like and what a full house looks like to play pro volleyball in Omaha. So there's a lot of people excited about it, and our players are among the ones really excited about it for sure.
You talked already about the fan involvement with the season ticket holder nights. Are you starting to see that local involvement when you're going to the supermarket, or for the players too, not just you, but having fans come up to you already? What's that been like?
Yeah, when you're with any team, the players are the show, the coaches run the stuff, and our players are already kind of well known here and popular. Some of them played in the Big Ten. You just did an interview with Betty De La Cruz. People know of her, and I think when they're out and around and we have this area where people know them and they're the first name basis, and they walk into a restaurant and they're greeted by their first names, yeah, that's pretty cool for them. And they are getting around. And a lot of our players are very personable and welcoming, and they're not just shut in. I'm a volleyball player. I'm going to sit in my room and be selfish. They know that there's events. We're going to go to an event tonight at Let It Fly, and they're going to be there, and they're going to meet a lot of new people, and they're going to be welcoming, and then they got to come back and practice hard tomorrow. So I think they have a good perspective of how do they help the team grow, how do they help the popularity grow, how can they sell their own personal brand while they're being on a good volleyball team. And so I think they have a lot of appreciation for what's at stake in Nebraska with all the interest here. I certainly feel it as a coach that there's a lot of interest and a lot of people, a lot of eyes on us. So we feel a huge responsibility to really be our best so that we can represent this area with the best volleyball team we possibly can. And, quite possibly that's a championship, but that's a ways down the road.
How do you think this is going to compare with some of the top international leagues?
Yeah, comparing us to some of the top international leagues. Right now, we have a very, very good core of players. Really good former All-Americans. We've got some experienced pros. But obviously, the best Olympians right now are playing in another league. My feeling is those best Olympians are going to want to come back and play in the Pro Volleyball Federation next year and the year after. They're going to want an opportunity to play in the United States. They're going to have a lucrative contract in Italy, but I believe they're going to come back, and the Pro Volleyball Federation is also going to have lucrative sponsors and lucrative contracts. And I believe there's going to be a battle for some of these top international players. And I believe a lot of them are going to want to come play in Omaha, Nebraska with all this support and all the fans. And they're going to say, if I could come back in the U.S., I want to play in Omaha. Or they may have other cities they want to come back to. There's other prominent cities. But I think what we're going to find is an influx of some of the top international players in the world that are going to play here in the next several years. And that is going to make our league have an opportunity to be on par with any league in the world. But right now, this is year one. We can't expect that kind of an influx in year one. But I do think the fans are going to see an incredible level of play, incredible passion, exciting players. There's going to be a lot of fan favorites playing on a lot of teams. So I think we're going to get off to a great start, and I think people are going to want to come join this league that are top players from other international teams right now.
Now you have to cut down the roster today. How tough are some of those conversations going to be?
Yeah. Cutting down a roster is the hardest thing a coach does. You get somebody that comes and makes that kind of investment with that kind of passion. They love their teammates. Teammates love them. They're going out to dinner and having personal conversations and relationships. And a day where you walk up and say, your experience with the Omaha Supernovas ends today. That is the hardest thing to do. And we also have some really, really close battles for positions where literally it can go back and forth within a day and the other day and another day. And we're literally talking to coaches, what's the best decision to make? And 4 days ago, it was a different decision. And then 2 days ago, we said, this player just passed up this player. How do we make that tough decision? A body of work or recent performance? But we've just appreciated all the players that have come here. But there's no question what keeps me up at night is not so much how to beat Atlanta. It's how to treat these quality players as we're making these roster decisions and treating them right and making the right call and informing them in the right way. That probably gives me more angst than trying to win volleyball matches.